Hello traders, in today's session I'm going to be recapping some trades that I've taken over the last couple of days, covering some tips and ideas, also answering some questions that I've received over the last week or so from the general public just about my trading style and about the membership to the Day Traders Fast Track program. And please remember, as I go through and show you some of the trades, what I cover applies to all markets and all time frames. So whether you're a Forex trader or you trade stocks, or if you trade the YM or the NQ or the black gold oil, the setups work exactly the same. So let's get into this because I want to cover some slides. First of all, got to always cover the risk. Of course, you must understand you can lose money when trading. Makes it even more essential to ensure that you gain the right education. So if you haven't seen one of my risk disclaimers, rather than me read it word for word, please feel free to hold the presentation and to have a look at that. Now in a moment we are going to be going to full screen, or my apologies, not going to full screen, but looking at some charts. So down on the bottom right hand corner here you can actually go to full screen, which may just make it a little easier to see the charts and some of the other things I'll be showing you. Now everything I'm about to show you is in the Day Traders Fast Track program. Now what I want to say that this is very quickly my philosophy. For $197 you're getting the world's most comprehensive training program for day and swing traders. I'm a researcher, developer. I've been trading now for over 24 years. Here is my philosophy. I'm going to give you the world's best course for $197, and in the next month or so I'm launching a live trading room. If I can give you the best course you could possibly have ever purchased or ever purchase, you're going to want to join me in my room along with my moderators as you watch, as I'm about to show you some of my trading results and some of my trades from the last couple of days. You can do this, and by giving you it all in a program where anyone around the world can afford it, and there is no upsell. I even include my indicators, by the way. If you've got TradeStation, NinjaTrader, MT4, for NinjaTrader and MT4 and even Thinkorswim, my members put indicators together and gave to me to give to other members. We're developing this incredible community of traders around the world, all leading to launching a live trading room where you can trade live with us, where we'll be teaching you in a live environment. Now you need to own the program to be there, but it's not compulsory. You can obtain the program, purchase a program. It's got over 40 hours of tuition. Not only that, one thing I want to show you is my Google Drive. Now I've got a new website about to be launched with a members area, but I just want to show you something in the meantime what I do. It's going to be a little hard for you to see this on here, but each week now I do additional training materials, I do recordings, and if you do click on all of these will all take you to members only. This is the members only area. And so every week I add new materials. I handle questions from members. I put up there the research and development that we've done ongoing. We've even now got members that are traders with us are recording videos of their own trades and their own experiences, and we also post those so you can go and see what other members are doing. This is totally unique, traders. This is all for $197. So there is no upsell, there's no expensive indicators to buy, etc. So this is, I know it's the world's best trading program for day and swing traders, whether you trade stocks, futures, or Forex. Now I know a lot of my members will be watching this as well. Have to excuse the advertisement, members. And by the way, for my members that are seeing this, because I'm going to post this on YouTube, I'm actually doing the T20 recap after this video, and that'll be posted in the members area, the T20 and the T20-1. So I know some of you are waiting for that recap. It's going to be done today and posted this afternoon or tomorrow morning at the latest. Now for the general public, let's now get in and let's cover some important information on trading. First of all, one question I'm asked almost every day, that when traders watch me live or they watch my recaps, they say, you seem to miss or not take a lot of trades. Why don't you take every trade that sets up? Well, first of all, traders, quite often I'm coaching or I'm doing my consulting work or I'm writing or whatever, so I don't actually see every trade that sets up. Also, you'll notice a lot of my trading I do is during the Australian session, during the London trading session, is I think I've got some trades to show you in a moment, and also during New York. I get up at 3:30 in the morning to trade a fund that I'm involved in, which I don't show you those trades because it's confidential on the fund itself. So I can't take every setup, and also like right now I'm recording this and the market's open, so who knows, we might even have a quick look at the market, the live market, if we've got time. I don't want to make this too long. Now always remember there's another bus coming around the corner, and this is the thing, traders, there are that many trading opportunities each and every day. And another thing is, where I talk to you about 12 setups, you only need to learn or master one or two, let's just say two or three, to have an incredible career as a day trader. And you can learn over time. I just had a new member just joined then, and I sent him 19 emails with attachments and links to videos. There are over 50 videos now that are in private mode that the general public don't see, which consists of my training program itself, and I'm adding to those every week. Recaps, I answer questions from members, etc. You don't get to see those, so it's a journey that you go on, and that's very, very important. But I just want to cover a bit of psychology for a moment. This is Paul Stanley. You've all probably heard of course you've heard of KISS. Paul Stanley is one of the lead guitarists there, and here's what he says: I'm a firm believer that the ones who tell you what's impossible have failed. Traders, always stand guard to the door to your mind. Don't let anyone steal your dreams, because there's always going to be someone to tell you that you can't do this. But there are hundreds of traders around the world that are mastering the art of day trading and making, living what I call the good life. But it takes work. I'm not going to tell you you're going to do it overnight. It's going to take some months, but you can do it. And remember, you're going to start in simulation, using the simulator to begin with. You're not going to risk real money. And of course, I cover all this in the program. But here's what most people do: they focus on what they don't want in life rather than what they do want. Like most people focus on the negatives rather than the positives. They focus on what's not working rather than what is working. My job as your trading coach is to get you to focus on the best of the best setups, to master those. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. Now, what you've got to have is what I call a compelling future. You've got to join the 5% club. Now, to join the 5% club, in my opinion, you've got to be earning $200 a day per contract. Now, to do that, if we just consider ES, trading the E-minis for an example, that's 3 6-tick trades a day, 225 a day per contract, less about $10 to $15 in commission. Or if you're going to do more of a scalping, that's 4 5-tick trades a day, that's at around 230 a day, or 4 tick trades, 5, which is going to net you about 225 a day. Now, one thing I want to remember or remind you of, traders, is risk reward. If you're going to scalp for 4 ticks, if you trade my methodology and the way I normally trade, as most of you know, my stop loss is between 5 and 6 ticks. Usually it's 6 ticks as a maximum. So therefore, if you're chasing a 4 tick net profit just before your commission, you've got to really be the 80% plus win-loss ratio, which is pretty typical in a lot of our setups when you start doing it right. However, please remember that the more you scalp the market, you've got to remember that you've got to be really winning a much higher win-loss ratio, because what I do see is members and the general public coming to me with hey, I'm a great scalper, but when you look at their risk reward, it's out of kilt. And when we look at, for an example, the last couple of days where we've had public holidays in the US, we also had a bank holiday in the UK, and the markets get choppy. You can get smashed around, so you just got to really be aware of your risk reward. Now, members, you've seen this, but for the general public, I just want to show you what is the potential so you can start to create that compelling future. If you start off with a capital of $5,000, and of course you can start trading with as little as 1,000 if you're trading Forex, but futures, if you do it my way, that is low risk management, you do need between 4 and 5,000 to start. I'd love to tell you can get going with a lot less, but I want you to stay in business with me, and you need 4 to 5,000. But if you're making $200 a day, and every time you get to another 5,000 you go to 2 contracts, we can see here within 34 weeks you're earning around $80,000-$90,000 a week. You're up to your capital has gone up to $1 million. Now that is the possibility, but let me tell you, when you're trading that sort of money and it's your capital, you're not in the real world. It's a huge amount of stress. I'm a 10 lot trader, and I'll open up to 4 positions, which is 40 lots. That's my max. That's all I can handle. Okay. Now I don't trade 100 lots, and some traders do. In the fund, that's different. When it's not your money, it's totally different. That's why prop traders, bank traders, and trading a fund, it's very different than trading your own capital. But I just wanted to show you what is possible, because when you look at the trading results I achieve, you can see you can do it. You can do it. Now a couple of things have come through from members, and also people that aren't members of mine, but they've sent me questions, and we're talking about boredom, etc. Boredom kills trading accounts, and where you get bored traders is if you say trading, in our case, save a 34B, you may not have a lot of setups, and this is where you may trade, say, 2 different markets, because if you're going to focus on the 34B, which does extremely well, you can get bored. So what you can be doing in downtime or in quiet times is draw in trend lines in your channel lines. It's also great. It's a great education. It really assists your trading longer term, and it'll keep you busy. Keep stats on all of the trading strategies. So for members, if you're trading, say, or looking at our top 6 strategies, be keeping accurate stats. You may only be trading 1 or 2 of them, but keep stats as you go. And last of all, be constantly reviewing your trading plan. So as you're in downtime, or you're waiting for your setup, etc., or you're in a trade, once again, be continually reviewing your trading plan, your trading notes, etc. So what we're now going to do is go and have a look at some charts, and I just want to give a quick recap on some trades for the last few days and just explain a few things that have happened. And once again, for my members, I'll be doing a much more comprehensive recap after this video on some of the setups that I'm about to show the general public. So let's go and have a look. Alright, so what I want to do is let's move from this chart, because I want to go where I've done some more notes. Okay, so just one moment. So what I want to cover is what happens during public holidays. Now of course, in the US we saw a bank holiday on the Monday. So traders, what we're looking at here is the E-minis 233 volume chart, which I love trading during the Globex hours, which is the after hours when New York closes. This is open. It's nice and slow. They still get some really good volume, except you've got to be very careful, of course, on public holidays. Now over here the market opens up here 5 p.m. I think it's Chicago time on Sunday. So the market actually opens in the US Sunday afternoon, which is Monday morning Australian time. When the market first opens, traders, what you want to do is start looking for your patterns, and this is where I sometimes get questions, why didn't I take this trade? Because in a moment you can see where I've taken my entries, because I'm busy or doing things, or I've gone for a jog or whatever, so I can't trade 24 hours a day. But what I'm doing is it's marking up some classic trades. Now for members, you know this is a T25, you've got a T25, T2. So members, on the next video I'm going to go through this in detail with you, because there's some things I want to explain here. Great T7. So up here traders, the T20, which I love. Here's a nice T20 that was I shorted their 20 contracts there. So that was really that was, what have I got there, all good for 4 ticks plus. Okay, the comment there I meant to say was, every trade in a session you would have got at least 4 ticks out of. Now that particular trade there, I shorted, and that was, I went for 6 ticks on those. So most of the time I'm going for 6 ticks, but my risk is usually 6 ticks as well. So that was my target there was the 89. We had a nice T20 again, but then this is what happened. The market really slowed down. Okay, so I entered off a T7 up the top here. Now for my experienced traders, you'll look at this here and you'll say, wow, I entered this one very early, but look at this as far as resistance goes. So these there, this was a nice tight stop. I only put my stop 1 tick above the high above here because this is a high risk trade, but I was in it for 2 hours, and look at this, just really ticked around for 2 hours. Then I had to go, and this is Monday afternoon my time. By this time I had to go and do something with my daughter, so I exited the trade at +1. So I got out basically break even. We can see here it ticked up to the very high, would have kept me in, then it went and delivered. And then we had some good trading opportunities there. We had multiple trading opportunities down here, but also we're heading towards the London session, and on Monday our time in London, it was also a public holiday. So you had multiple entries. And remember traders, when you exit, when you exit a trade, got the chart back here, remember you can always re-enter. So at times if the market starts to stall, now remember we are momentum traders. If the market stalls after having some movement, I may be wrong, or the market itself may have changed its mind, and after 2 hours I'm thinking, gee whiz, it's you know, I know we're bouncing on the 34 traders. We saw a 34B setting up here, and it was time for me to get out with a little bit of profit. If I had been here, I would have re-entered the market, but then there was some very nice trading opportunities. So let's go and have a look at then the next morning, Tuesday. Now a couple of things I want to say here for members and the general public is that when a market opens, after the open you want to wait for some clear direction, and this quite often happens because I will trade a 1000 volume or higher during the New York session. Once it closes down, I'm going to then drop to a much lower time frame, the 233, but you can't rely on the 233 patterns on during the Globex session. So what I want to do is wait for a fresh pattern to appear, traders, and that's a really important thing here. I am what I call a pattern trader. All of the setups that I'm showing you are actually all patterns. And Mark Douglas, the great late Mark Douglas, in his book The Disciplined Trader, says if you want to master the art of trading, pick one pattern, not something that's mathematical, but something that's visual that you can see. All of these are patterns. So I'm waiting for a pattern to set up. Then we had a couple of nice ones here. I wasn't trading at the time, and traders, oh no, I'll cover that in the next video for the members. But then we had a nice T2, T20 there. You got a T20-1. But then I just want to show you some of the trades that I then took. This was then Tuesday my time. By the way, it's Wednesday now. I jumped in here on a T25. This is a really nice T25. It's also then basically a little late on the T22. I got a wee bit worried here because I entered here and actually ticked against me 3 ticks. We can see here we had a couple of nice full candles straight after, and I thought, gee, I've got this one wrong. But everything really pointed down to a really nice trade. We're going under the 200. All of our EMAs are pointing down. And traders, if you're looking at these indicators down the bottom here, I'm more of a price action trader now. Yes, I'll have these here, I'll look at them at times, but really everything I need now is up the top here. And for my members, I really want you to get into looking at what your EMAs are doing, because all your information there is there. So you had there, I had a 225, we had a really nice 34B, great entry there. You've got another great entry there. You've got a nice T20 there delivered. Here is a nice T21, and I'll cover that in more detail on the members video. I then whacked in another couple of trades. So this is last night's action now. um, when I'll take multiple entries. Now this has come up a number of times in the last week from members, is that they notice at times I'll have multiple entries. Now I manage each lot, so I shorted 10 there, I then shorted 10 there. Each lot I manage as a set separately. Now it just happens to be, if I remember correctly, this was actually the low of the day, and so I was really I wanted to get out. So this second lot I only went for 5 ticks, where I went for 6 ticks on the first lot, because we were hitting the low of the day. I think the low was there at the time. We started to punch through, so I was ready to bring my stops down. Now traditionally we know that 80% of the time, if we're hitting a low or a high, we're going to punch through it. Time and time again, you'll go up there and you'll hit it. And unfortunately, what a lot of traders do, they really don't believe the market's going to continue, and they start counter trend trading and they get smashed, they get trapped. So just be really aware of that. But during the Globex session, it's really nice when you're hitting the low, when you're coming down and testing it and you break through it. It's usually a good sign. So that was good for 750 less comms. That was good for 625. So I'll add up to 4 positions. Now I only traded a 0.5% risk factor for my account size, so it means I can open up to 4 trades now, which means then I've got a maximum exposure of 2%. If you are trading an account size, and this is why, by the way, traders, I get back and say you must have 4,000 to 5,000 in your account. Here, if you're risking 2% of your account, here for each contract you trade, your risk is $75 plus your commission, so you're risking around $80. What's 2% of $4,000? $80. So that is why I say you need 4,000 or more per contract. Risk management is absolutely critical, and as your account grows, you want to lower the risk, certainly increase the amount of contracts you're trading. And by the way, on that table I showed you earlier, the maximum risk there was 1.75 on that risk table. So here that was really nice. Now my goal is 400 plus per contract. Remember, I'm trading multiple markets, or that is different markets, morning session. So I can't remember what I was up, but it was a great day yesterday. Now up here, of course, I took here a counter trend trade. Traders, we had some nice divergent. Look at that little T7. All right, yeah, that is a T7. Look, you've got 1 2 3 4 5. It was the low of the day. You got 5 or 6 candles. I've tested the support there, and away we went. Thank you very much. And here I popped up there, and if I remember correctly, it was 5 ticks, well 4 ticks, 1 2 3. There was only 4 ticks I went for there. Now I'm going to be very cautious when I'm first testing after a breakthrough, and went up there. I was filled, got out with 4 ticks. Well, there it is there, of course. Traders, as always, so my videos are raw, real, and direct. There is no script, so you have to excuse me sometimes if I mix things up. I wasn't even reading there, so that was 4 ticks there, which is still nice. We then bounce, but notice when you then get these higher lows. Okay, so this is a really good sign when you see a high low setting up, which we did, and then away we went. So we had a nice higher low. Okay, this is a really nice trade. But you quite often, of course, we get our 200s and our 89 bounces. So that was really the end of my trading until this morning, and so it was a great day. Now what I wanted to say is, you can learn this, but you've got to treat it as an internship or an apprenticeship. And members, this is the same for you, is that you can do this and stick to your T20s, your T20-1s, which is your T25s. Anyway, I'm going to cover that again on the next video. But traders, you can do this. If you've got a burning desire, you can learn this. So please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do, so you can be kept up to date with the videos, etc. If you don't have my ebook, go to my website. Even more importantly, go and invest in my trading program, become a member, be kept up to date, and hopefully you can see the enormous value that you get when you join. And for my members, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.